G'day, my name's Chris Walker. Over the past 20 years I've been gifted to touch the lives of many people from all over the world, including rock stars and celebrities, sports people, leaders, performers, entrepreneurs and everyday people. I've even worked with indigenous communities in Canada and turnarounds in big and small business. And plus thousands of rescue situations with relationships and mediations. But the most important thing is that I'm ready to talk about change, the change of a human mindset here with you today. At the heart of what I do is supporting people, organizations and communities through change in their mindset. And what's a mindset? Well, it's the way we think. It's not necessarily what we think, but it's the way we think. Now, there's a lot of low-hanging fruit that's easy to get out when you talk about mindset change, and they're very simple. They're things like your diet, there's things like your lifestyle, there's things like your environment. And I don't think we need to reiterate those. I think most people listening to this audio will be well enough versed in that sort of thing. So I'm talking to the higher hanging fruit. Now, that means there's the things that are a little harder, but they're more, therefore cause more sustainable change. I combine the work of academic, an MBA in business and a few other things with the spiritual practices that I've learnt working in India with yogis and the monks in the high Himalayas of Nepal. And I combine those things to cause an incredibly powerful inner control, an inner sense of inner being. And the way I lock that together for people is I teach them the universal laws of nature. Now, if you can imagine a set of rules of the game, every religion and every philosopher and everyone's talking about the rules of the game. But if you imagine simplifying the game of chess down into the most fundamental parts, then you'd understand the laws of nature. They're not trying to tell you how to live. They're not trying to tell you what to do with your life. What they're saying is these are the rules of the game. And when you know the rules of the game, you can link cause and effect. Now, there's a lot of people at the effect of life. They're in circumstances that they didn't expect, or they're doing things that they expect the circumstances to be positive from, and they get a heck of a shock when at the end of the day things don't turn out the way they want. So understanding the rules of the game take the mystery out of it. They blow away the myth. They take the power out of the hands of gurus and self-help teachers and all sorts of things, and it puts the power of life back into the hands of the individual. Now, that is from time to time a conflict with religion. I don't apologize for that conflict, but religion and spirituality are not the same topic. Religion is talking about obedience. Spirituality is talking about self-expression. They're very different things. Obedience to a philosophy, obedience to a group or belonging to a community, that's one thing. Let's put it over to the right. And on the left, completely different topic is how do I, Chris, or whoever you are listening to this audio right now, bring the best of me to the world as an individual? And how does that individual link together with other individuals to form a community of individuals doing the right thing for the world at large? Now, every philosophy has its different definition of what's right, what's wrong, how to do good and how to do bad. So we can't necessarily say the right thing to do is a generic function of life. What we can say is in our intuitive nature, deep within the human nature, there is a calling. There is something that we're born to do. You might be born with a musical talent, or you might be born with a business talent, or you might be born with a gift to go and help people live in better lives, or work in the Salvation Army and get people off the street. Whatever it is, spirituality helps you do it, and religion helps you do it right. So I hope that has cleared up a lot of the mystery around all this. Now, the laws of nature, there's 5 of them. The laws of nature identify that there's 2 sides to everything. It's very simple. There's a law of balance. So you can't do right without wrong. Well, what a spirit-liberating experience it is to find out that your heart will open when you stop trying to do the right thing and just do the thing. Everything in nature is connected. That's another great law of nature. So actually what we do to others, we're doing to ourselves. Everything reflects us. That's why when you take people out into nature, they feel so in harmony with it all. They feel like a reflection of themselves is sitting there, because there's decay, and then there's beauty, and there's calm, and there's storms. There's everything. So the laws of nature move on and say that there's chaos and order in the world. Chaos and order. What is another word for chaos and order? It means peace and war, or it means masculine and feminine. Now the feminine energy gives birth, creates. The masculine energy destroys what exists and builds new things. So evolution of the species comes, unfortunately, from the masculine energy destroying the peace and harmony of the feminine energy. Now we get very infatuated with the feminine. We want everything to stay peaceful and calm and quiet. And I'm one, don't worry, everybody's the same. Intuitively we want everything to be peace and quiet. But drama, if you think about it as evolution, is a part of peace. If your heart is still, if you can find the balance inside yourself, even when there's trauma, you can hold that peace. So the definition of what is good and what is bad causes our drama, our emotional drama. But if you can say even the bad stuff is good, even decay is necessary, then we know that birth is connected to life, is connected to death. So ultimately, in this whole abundant sphere called the universe, nothing's missing. Everything that you could ever ask for is already there. We can't be more trusting to another human being than we are to ourselves. We can't have more peace in our heart than we generate outside ourselves. It's impossible. So everything in nature has an innate reflection of everything in humanity. Everything has a cause and everything has an effect. The key to the work I do is that it's straight talking, it's fast tracking, it's spiritual, and it doesn't belong to anybody. So I'm not claiming here the rights to the laws of nature. They've been around for so long you can't believe it. In fact, the whole universe was built with the laws of nature. So how can anybody but the creator of the universe own those things? What happens, however, when we connect to the laws of nature, we connect to the creator. That's how you get spirituality into the real world. You get spirituality in reality by knowing the laws of nature and going, yeah, my business is running according to the laws of nature. If I defy those laws, I'm going to blow it. I'm going to have trouble. The human spirit, it thrives in nature. It really takes off because it understands and it's comfortable with the balance. But when it gets into the city, sometimes it's ruffled because it expects something to happen and then it does it, and then the opposite happens. So realistic expectations are a very important thing. Ultimately, what I believe and what I love to share with people is that the most spiritual thing that you could ever do in your life is have a loving relationship with one or many individuals. You learn this by going in nature. You can have a beautiful relationship with one person, you can take it to work, and that's the most spiritual thing you'll do in your life. Have a great day. This is Chris Walker. See you next time.